Hello and welcome back again to another episode of another video. We are in the launching of CMS, the Comrades Must Smile Club, and we are at the entertainment section. That is the first part of it, and then we go straight to the prayers as we open the session.
We thank you for the life. We thank you, God, because you have been with us. As CMS, we request you, Father, to be with us. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Good afternoon once again. My name is Gabriel Okola. I am a third year student from School of Education. I have been obligated by the MC to welcome everybody to this function. And so, I am taking this opportunity to welcome all of you to this function where we are going to launch the newest club in Moi University.
So CMS is a new club that has been officially launched in Moi University main campus, which is an abbreviation of Comrades Must Smile, and it was done on 11th of March 2022, and its purpose is to make sure that comrades' stress or anything that they are going through is being catered for. Various things or circumstances has been going on in Moi University, and they include depression, students killing themselves because of maybe going through the situations that they can't handle themselves, and that is why they officially launched this club to make sure that all students' needs are being catered for. And from the school administration, we officially had the Dean of Students who was there to take the grievances of the students direct to the administration, and we thank him for being available for us. Thank you, Mr. Dean.
As the name suggests, Comrade is a friend who shares the same problems with you and also does the same thing with you. So I feel secure while I'm in CMS organization because it is comrade centered and it cares for the affairs of the comrades.
Good afternoon once again. As you've heard, I'm Cherono Cynthia, a second year School of Law. And when we heard that CMS was being launched today, we really advocated for it, and we came with some representatives. Yeah, CMS. I think it's something that is going to deal with the issues of the comrades. And for the first time, I think we'll be well represented. Sindio?
Yeah.
Because you have lawyers in the room, right?
Yes.
School of Law students. Because I want you to appreciate them, because as you can see, some of them had classes, some had exams, but they had to put aside a commitment to hear. This was how CMS is going to be for us. Appreciate them.
Of business of this CMS. Actually, as I was saying, it's the first time that we'll ever feel that as comrades we have people who can stand for us, who can stand for what we want, and I'm very happy for the proponents, and I look forward towards this one. CMS.
Comrades Must Smile.
Kwa majina naitwa Samuel Eboi, mwanafunzi kutoka School of Business second year doing BDM. Nimesimama hapa kurepresent School of Tourism ambao wengi wako attachment. Kitu kidogo naweza sema hii ni a new association, si ndio? An association that ina jina gani? Comrade must do what? Comrade must smile. I've been here in main campus 1.1 and 1.2, si ndio? Mimi ni mtu mmoja nimepitia, tumeibiwa tukiishi hapa stage, si ndio? Hizo ndio vitu zinafanya comrade anakunja nini? Anakunja sura. Vitu kama kuibiwa. Kuna another incident kidogo lakini bado inafuatiliwa. Niliona ya a student who was harassed a boy alipewa 11K and her girlfriend was raped by 3 men. Bado inafuatiliwa hiyo kitu, na mimi nataka kusema nyinyi kama comrades, hii association yenye imekuja ni nyinyi muishike, si ndio? Na mimi nataka kusema kwa ile management ambayo inapatiwa kuingia katika Comrade Must Smile, hii ni jukumu mmejipatia, hii ni mzigo mmejiwekelea. Inafaa mjue maslahi ya wanafunzi, zile changamoto ambazo wanapitia wakiwa hapa. Ni jukumu lenu kuhakikisha hizo changamoto zimepata suluhisho na jinsi ambavyo zitazuiliwa, ama namna gani, si ndio? Kwa hivyo mimi nataka tuseme tu na watu wa SGC wenye wako hapa hivi, issue ya security imekuwa changamoto Moi University. Very soon people will start being, watakuwa wakiwa robbed hapa na bunduki tukicheza, if action will not be taken. Hapa hivi last time student wameshikwa kwa nje ya Penda Cassette, akanyang'anywa laptop, simu, kila kitu kwa barabara. Ikiendelea hivyo, na ni student mwenzetu mchana ana attend class, ako na mbogi, amekuja na gang. Hiyo gang yake usiku ndio wanaenda kufuata student kwa nyang'anya vitu. Tukiendelea hivyo kweli itakuwa vizuri. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka kuomba, alafu hii association imepata a very nice partner, Dean of Students, ambayo department yake inadili na nini? Mambo ya students, si ndio? Kwa hivyo niko na uhakika kwamba this association will be the best, na hizo changamoto ambazo zinakumba wanafunzi zitaisha. Comrades must forward, Comrades must smile. Asanteni sana.
And on the club's press speech, they had said that the club, or the students who had involved themselves in the formation of the club, had put aside their political, social, and everything aside to make sure that all the students' needs are catered for. So they cleared the air where they said that some of the students assumed that the club was all about politics, and they cleared the air by saying that it wasn't made for politics, but if anyone of the members decides to vie for anything else in the school position, they are fully going to support them. They are not going to stop that because that person is from that club. So it is not a political club, but it is a club that is going to cater for the students' need.
Because it is now clear that our problems can only be solved through unity and empowerment, which CMS is grounded on. Being there for one another, ladies and gentlemen, in extreme times of need, will make us psychologically feel motivated, because the heart feels happy when it gives. As the law of nature would have it, the givers will get. That means that the more you give, the more you receive. The law of reciprocation. As I exit the podium, I would like to leave you with a quote from this one famous legend, Mahatma Gandhi, who for very many reasons I did not like him, but I loved him for one thing. Mahatma said that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to me. May God bless Moi University and may forever come to CMS will work closely with the Office of the Dean, Office of Social Affairs, and you can see Madam Welfare, Mama Welfare is here with us. Look at the issues that Congress probably may be battling silently and we do not know. Subsequently, we will be working closely with the Office of Guidance and Counseling for University Kenya to ensure that the depressions and some health-related issues that we may be passing through unknowingly, we can have some professionals who can take us through them and we discuss at length. For very many years now, I've been in Moi University. By the virtue of academics and the powers of GUSPs who brought me here, I have witnessed cases where our fellow comrades are dying, literally dying, because probably they did not have somebody to listen to them. how I wish that this kind of scenario ends today. How we should bother this vehicle together so that at least we can be there for one another, comrade for a comrade. Because I always believe that nobody is having monopoly of power. Nobody is having monopoly of beauty, and nobody is having monopoly of knowledge and wisdom. And so, nobody is superior to challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are going to enjoy this session, but I want you to get it and have a place in your heart to understand that the saying which goes that service to man is a service to God is not a mere paranoia and a fallacy, but it is something that is staying within us. Thank you.
The founders, they be brief.
CMS. Comrade must smile. So I'm Brenda Bonareri at 3.1 from School of Education. So guys, as you have been told, let's work together so that comrades can live better in this campus. Okay, comrades must smile.
CMS. Smile. CMS. Thank you very much. My name is Bivon Rasulu from School of Education. One thing I would like to say is that, my fellow friends, at this moment heaven is happy because we have come together as comrades to help other comrades. That is the very greatest reward that we will receive when we will enter to that new Jerusalem. I'm pastor of CMS.
CMS. Thank you. I'm Jonas Rambo. I'm a third year taking mathematics and business. Ukiona watu, that's unity. This is the best club I feel it will be, and it will be. Ukiona tumeunganisha campuses zote hapa Moi University, CMS ni ya wote. Tumekuja pamoja, first for unity, and second we want to empower. As you heard from our press statement, we are going to empower so many activities across Moi University. Yes. Iwe main campus, iwe annex, iwe CHS, iwe Nairobi, iwe Coast. CMS ni ya sisi sote. Nobody is above CMS. CMS ni ya sisi sote. Our founders unaona hapa, they will go. But CMS itaendelea kubaki. Mungu awabariki, karibu sana tufanye kazi pamoja.
Each and every member of their club tried to sensitize the reason behind formation of CMS, the Comrades Must Smile Club, and they urged all the students not to take it lightly because it is going to cater for all the well-being of their needs, and they should take it seriously. It doesn't have any limit, so if you want to join the club, you're freely allowed to join the club, and then maybe your needs will be catered for.
It is called Okola's Law of Concentration, and it says that the concentration of a human being is directly proportional to the content of the stomach, which I've not heard Chair talking about. Our people here around the chair, you have to talk about that. For us to smile, for us to have the impetus, for us to have the temerity, the guts, and the audacity to sit here, our stomachs must be well. My name, once again, is Gabriel Okola. I am a third year student from School of Education. I do physics and mathematics, and I am glad to be a founder of this great team. I do believe, to the best of my knowledge and ability, that this group is not only going to cease after the launching, but it is still going to continue executing its duties and mandates even after this group shall have graduated from Moi University. My plea to you people is that let's come together, because if we are together is when we are going to form a bond that is going to ensure that the life of this team, Asante praise. Thank you so much. Kisungu ikipanda unapunguza nini kidogo. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that we are going to walk together in this journey until comrades shall get what they want. Asanteni sana.
CMS. Comrades must smile. Comrades must smile. CMS. CMS. Comrades must smile. Okay, my name is Mo Sikal. I come from the School of Engineering. I'm third year. And because much has been said and I'm also a man of few words, I'll be brief like a coconut hen, right? Okay, what I wanted to say is that service to humanity is our passion as CMS. That's why when you see all of us here, many of us left the duties that we were doing to come and join in the launching of the CMS. CMS? Comrades must smile. And secondly, what I want to say that one of the aims of CMS is to generate a feeling of unity among all our members. Before the forming of CMS, many of us were at loggerheads, but now you can see we are smiling. CMS? Comrades must smile. Thank you.
They say service to humanity is the only rent you can pay in the room you are living in, two orphans. So, providing service to all comrades is what I think can befit all of us. Thank you and be blessed.
I'm Martin Rogers once again. CMS?
Comrades must smile.
CMS?
Comrades must smile.
Comrades must smile.
CMS.
I'm Masharia Gilbert, School of Arts, Teaching Education. I'm glad to be part of this team. And I hope we work together as comrades. We make a step forward. I don't have much to change. Let me stop there. CMS?
Comrades must smile.
Thank you. CMS?
Comrades must smile.
CMS?
Comrades must smile.
Comrades must smile.
CMS.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My name is Emilio Baliana, School of Education. I teach Kiswahili and History. A baby has been born in this institution. And this baby, oh, I love this baby. You know, this baby is going to champion for the welfare of the comrades in main campus and the satellite campuses. Thank you so much. Then I found about baby coming. Oh my God. Clap for that baby. Oh, that baby. Now, we have clarified for you all, and you've understood the core reason as to why this club came to existence. And therefore, we want to thank you that you've accepted it and you've come. I know many have questions that have been answered by the speech of Okola. But I want to promise, as this team, we have been challenged, but we love challenges because through challenges, you now know where you need to rectify. Are we together? Sinekwe? Yeah. Most of us, we had questions, but were answered. And that's why you are seated here. Sinekwe? We need to smile together, and this smile shall continue until you graduate, and others will come and will join and graduate and smile. Comrades must smile. CMS. CMS. Thank you so much.
CMS? Comrades must smile.
CMS.
I go by the name Ramochel Media. That's my social media name. In real, I'm called Amos Juma, Astro 22. So CMS is going to bring some smile to comrades. When our challenges will be addressed to, then comrades will be smiling. When we come together, great things are going to happen through CMS. Thank you. Good afternoon. James Kino, a man from Kampala. Yeah, I'm a teacher. I'm a mathematics teacher. Sindio? Na kama venye mnajua mwalimu akiongea, student lazima wana respond, sindio? CMS?
basi asanteni sana. Pamoja fanya pamoja.
Good afternoon, comrades. CMS. Comrade power ilienda wapi siku hizi? CMS. Comrades must smile. CMS. My name is Tambo Ndada. A 30 years school of education. Pia mimi ni mwalimu wa mathekeo. I'm privileged to stand here today. As I stand here today, my heart fills with great joy because for the first time, comrades from Moi University have decided to come together and take on their issues. And we see how we are going to solve them. At the same time, we are still asking ourselves questions. In this century, for sure, comrades are passing through so many challenges. Fee increment tumeona iko, mambo na chakula inasumbua. We know we are CMS, we don't have power ya kwenda kule admin tuseme bana fee mpunguze kidogo, si ndio? Lakini we have that mandate and we can come together to do with the mic to 10 pop, we are 20 pop, at least tusaidie yule comrade mwenye haja raise fee tumsaidie kulipa, si ndio? We have so many issues you guys to discuss huko nje. Mungu awabariki.
My name is Calvin Somolo. I'm from the School of Arts. I do mathematics as my core subject. And comrades must smile. Thank you.
Good afternoon for your comrades. I'm the tallest, so I'm unique. We are going to say, I say Moi University, you say comrade must smile. Moi University, comrades must smile. Moi University, comrades must smile. My name is Odhiambo Collins, a third-year student, taking a full-time course, Political Science and Public Administration, and a part-time course, CPS. I'm among the initiators of Comrade Must Smile and an active member. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Takashi Brian. CMS. Comrades must smile. CMS. Comrades must smile. I am incoming second year.
Thank you. Nimeona wadosi hapa. Wadosi mambo wadosi. Tunawatambua sana, nimewasalimia. Comrades. Lazima tutafurahia, si ndio? Mimi naitwa Ileche, School of Arts and Social Sciences. Na hii kitu, naona hii kitu hii tutafurahia, sawa? Siku wangi na mengi, wacha tufurahie. Asanteni sana.
The Office of the Dean of Students, Muso Office, my co-founders and comrades. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Comrades must smile. CMS. Chair, Mr. Chair. They can smile on my stomach. He will do something. So to get to this point, I can say it was not an easy journey. And I thank God because we have come to this point. As you can see, all these members, we have had a lot of ups and downs. But finally, we have managed to get to this point. And we pray that we're going to work with us as we work on making CMS as have the impact that you want to have on the comrades. Let us work together, let us support each other, let us have the spirit of brotherhood, and let us always be there for each other. Thank you all for coming to our launching. Campus Mira, thank you. We can recognize you. Sajid Kusinga, thank you. You're all welcome. Thank you. Alex.
So, comrades, hoy. Hoy. Comrades, hoy. Hoy. Kopoa. Bana, tuendelea hiyo kwa hizo sura. Nataka uambie tu your neighbor mpiga ifai na smile. Si ndio? Ukifanya hiyo.
Yes, you must smile. You must smile.
Yeah. Haya, hivi kwa sasa. Yeah, I think that. Hey. So, ningetumai sasa tuta break the monotony at least because you can maybe make a smile. So, that is what we want to entail as CMS, to make someone at least smile. Sawa, uko hostels, anywhere else when you are to a comrade, at least ukipata na comrade, make him or her to smile. Sawa, because here in Moi University as comrades, we kind of battles when sisi wenyewe maybe as individuals na fight atuambii watu are not open-minded and whatever. So that is what CMS wants, at least tulete watu pamoja, wakuwe na united, at least wakuwe na ile social concern with the fellow comrade.
Wondering about the people holding positions? Don't worry, because here are the leaders.
I'm Brenda Bonaleri. I'm the vice chairperson of CMS.
So, CMS. Comrades must smile. CMS. My name is Yasin Buju. I'm the interim finance manager for CMS. Actually, launching imekuwa successfully because of that crucial position in CMS. Thank you.
CMS. I am from School of Agriculture, third year student, secretary, CMS. A man on a mission is to fight for your mission. Without any mission, to increase your vision without condition. A man with a mission, a man on a mission to build credibility, to build oneness, to build one nation. One nation. CMS. CMS will build correspondence and bring all my university comrades as one people, or to listen as one people. CMS? Thank you so much.
I guess my sound is bigger than this. CMS! CMS! My name, I'm Brandon Jonathan Cruz. I'm the School of Arts. I'm interim public relations officer of the CMS group. Have a nice time at CMS.
CMS.
Comrades must smile.
CMS.
Comrades must smile.
Okay, to the protocol observed, I'm Ronald Kawawa, the Secretary General of this great association. We are looking forward to working with you guys in order to achieve our missions, visions, and aims, plus the objectives. We are being guided under umbrella of our motto, that is unity and empowerment. When we unite together, great things happen together, and we move forward together. We want to make Moi University a place of our own, as it has always been a university of difference. Thank you.
I'm also a founder. So the chair should respect and give me some time to say something. Right? Right? CMS? To Moi University comrades, at the end of the storm, there is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of talk. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, through your dreams, be tossed and blown. Walk on, with hope in your heart, and you will always smile. My name is Mulandi Junior. I'm a third year student, 3.0, and as for CMS, we are united, calling upon all your support to see this CMS as a society a success through its highlighted objectives. Thank you.
Thank you. Naitwa Joya Harrison Maenya, in School of Arts, third year, doing Kiswahili. Na kwa sababu ninafanya Kiswahili, mniruhusu tu nitumie Kiswahili. Mniruhusu? Yes. CMS? CMS? Nimekaa mbele bwana. Sasa na naona watu wengi ni kama msmile. Si mnangoja kuona wewe mnaambia msmile. So ningependa kuambia kwamba kuna mazuri
tumewaandalia, lakini naomba mniruhusu sitasema kwa saa hii, kati kupitia kwa MC kwa siku ya leo atawapa keo kwa ya kwamba baada ya hapa tunaenda kusimai watu sisi wote kama comrades, ama namna gani? Yes. Kitu ningependa kuambia, nimeona founders hapa mbele na wamewaambia mengi. Kitu ningependa kuashua kama interim chair wa hii society ni kwamba tumekuja pamoja ili kuhakikisha kwamba hatuta trend tena kwa Twitter na social media. Simana Moi University trend, sijui wewe sikia njaa kimbia pale kwa Twitter, si ndio? Sasa tumeonelea tukuje pamoja tuhakikishe kwamba the comrades of Moi University Kenya, the second university in fact in Kenya, is not going through those small aibu, si ndio? So the founders wenye mmeona hapa mbeleni, they are friendly, na kama kuna shida you can reach out to one of them. Vile mwenzetu amesema from Annex, amesema kwamba ni mzigo tumejiwekea. Mimi kama chair sikatai na kubaliana. I think it's our high time we should work together to ensure that comrades are not suffering on ground. For those few remarks, I wish you well.
The most amazing part of it is here, and for example, for these students, they are giving free medical attention to students, and they are doing so because of this club CMS, the Comrades Must Smile Club. For example, if you're undergoing maybe some stuff, for example, you may find someone who is suffering from a certain disease and you can't be able to talk about that disease to any other person, but if you get someone who is within your age bracket, you'll be very, very comfortable to talk about that issue to them, and maybe you get help. So this is what they're going to do in this club. They're going to have maybe students practicing different sections in life, maybe the counseling and departments, the counseling department and the medical department, they're going to come together to help students or maybe suffering from depression, medical stuffs, to get the full information and to help them recover from whatever they're going through. So do you think this is a good idea to use what we have to make a good out of it, for not losing lives, but to make good out of it? What do you think? Comment down below and let me know on what you think on this, and hear what they had to say about this whole issue.
Friends from CHS were joined CMS. So we know that in Moi University you can't do an exam without clearing fees. Yeah. And we have comrades who have repeated years, maybe their academic years, because of lack of school fees. In CHS, we've done very many fund drives to support comrades in terms of fees. And I believe that when we come together as CMS, we form a kitty, then we can at least, if we will not help all the comrades when you're on a shida fees, at least we can help some comrades. Yes. In CHS, we remember that we had accommodations from the school before. But of course, they are not. Then something happened, and taken away. So comrades are living outside the school. That's the junior years, from first years, second years, third years. Only the seniors are staying in the hostels. And they have problems in paying rent. They have problems in food. So you find that a comrade is just a place to sleep, but they don't have food. So that's for the comrades. Yeah, so as CMS, yeah, so I'll let my friend Gail take over from there. Yeah, thank you.
I have a question to you people. See, all of us here, tunajua that the cell is the basic functioning unit in a body. Then after the cell you have a tissue, after a tissue you have an organ, and the organs make organ systems. So how many of you here know the number of organ systems you have in your body? Anybody? We have 9 systems, 9 organ systems in our body that must work together. That is why we say it right for us to join CMS with other campuses such as Annex, Coast Campus and Nairobi, and of course our mother here, main campus, because if we work together, great things happen. All of you know that united we stand and divided we fall. Sindio? So I see a chance in many occasions we do very many things to the society. We organize medical camps, especially for politicians, especially for high schools and primary schools, because hatujai kuwa na forum ya kuunganisha university nzima. So in such platforms such as CMS, kama tumeshaungana pamoja, with that analogy I've told you of the body working, the 9 organ systems in the body working together to make our lives optimum. Tunaweza organize camps hapa main campus. For example, the most recent ni World Oral Health Day, although tulikuwa tumesha organize, this time we will be doing it huko Moiben kwa high schools and primary schools. So I think the following year, the next year, because such a platform imekuwa formed, tunaweza leta such services to main campus. Every day, at least twice a week, my friends from main campus here call me to ask me about dental issues. They ask me how can my tooth be extracted, how can I get some medical services, but we don't have that platform where we can offer these services for free. We refer them to dental clinics in Eldoret town at an expensive price. Going forward, if next year we may organize such World Oral Health Day here and give you those services for free. Again, in CHS we have medical psychologists. Between 2010 to 2020, the number of mental illness increased by 67%. We have the personnel in CHS, wale watu wa medical psychologists. I understand huku mko na counseling psychologist. A counseling psychologist can only help you can only diagnose what you are suffering from. But a medical psychologist can prescribe for you that drug. So next year, if we organize some medical camp and offer those services to you, I am sure those services will be of importance to comrades, and comrades must smile. Again, when comrades najua something such as STDs ni vigumu sana kuenda kwa mtu mkubwa at the age of your father to talk to him or her about them. My friend here, Kingsley, has been in CHS for almost 6 years. He has learned about every disease, every drug, and he can prescribe any drug, any disease on earth. Niko sure you will have more confidence kwa Kingsley if you are suffering kwa some diseases zenye hawezi ambia mtu mkubwa, maybe uko na syphilis ama gonorrhea ama genital herpes.
The first issue is accommodation. At Annex, when I first joined, there were no hostels, and there are still no hostels. But there is a very vast compound around there. With the words of Ndahakam, the poverty of this nation
in Kenya is not in the resources. The poverty of this nation, institutions, and all communities in this country is in the leadership.
So when we talk about the issue of accommodation, Annex having that vast compound with no hostel, it is disgusting. And the poverty is not that there are no resources. The poverty is the leadership. And leadership from the administration of the institution to the student leadership. The administration knows that the student leadership, when it is dormant, they don't pester the administration. They have nothing to worry. We need to wake up as corporates. And I thank such initiatives. When first years were joining, I'm the person who lives far away from Annex towards this end. Before the School of Business came, it was hectic, chaotic. We had to look for houses as far as Kabongo. You know, sometimes we need to address these issues as individuals sometimes. So the issue of accommodation, our beloved Dean, is a very serious issue in Moi. And I always pity my fellow comrades on that.
Yes!
So on that issue, actually, we realize that the most insecurity cases around our campuses are basically because most of our students live in insecure places. I know there are some selective characters among our students who perpetrate the same heinous acts, but still, I think the admin has to do something. In CMS, we are talking about the students' welfare. Number one is accommodation. That problem, you can't tell me the admin has no idea about it. They have. It is about entrepreneurs. Some people have built rentals around here, and now they don't want to construct hostels for the university. The poverty of this institution, Moi, is in the leadership, not the resources. Every time I hear Moi in the news, oh, dead, oh, there are no funds, Moi is bankrupt, oh, hang at Moi. I'm a fan of Twitter. These things must be right. And let me tell you, my fellow comrades, we are the generation to right what is wrong in our generation. If you wait for this generation to correct our mess or what is ahead of us, it won't happen. We need to wake up. We need to make them realize we are serious and we mean business. You know what they associate us with? Drugs, sex, child acts. That's what they think we are. We should show them a very serious face. My point number 2 is on security. I know we are in a banana republic. We are in Baringo, some comrades here, we are with you. Our families are bleeding. Our brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers killed innocently. And what does our public do? Send police to harass borders, using one man's act to harass millions. And the same character that the government has, government being a banana republic, I am saying with confidence that the current Moi administration is a banana administration. And when we talk about security, let's talk. How do you tell me in a school environment, in a school facility, a student is attacked, raped, and I'm telling you that the administration has said anything on that, then have they taken any step? We are in a banana institution. And if we are to make this right, it is us the students. And that's why I stand with this idea. Comrades must smile. It's not about just financial support. We cannot support every candidate financially here when a problem arises. I'm telling you, we need to correct that administration. We need to correct some things from the structure for us to correct what we want to handle here. There is no, I'm telling you, if you contribute every week to support comrades, you will only get tired and you will not contribute. I'm telling you, and that's the reality. So security, our deal, please, we should address that issue. I miss those days when we had Akina Gidu as the lecturers, Akina Miguna students leaders, when students will go to the streets to make a point. We don't want to go back there. But I hope we, the students, air out our views. The other issue is catering. In Andex, there is a funny scenario in our catering, our catering. You know, most of these students don't work. And I'm very sure you can confirm that the majority of the students in Moi University are government sponsored. And from them, a majority of them again are from families that are not financially stable. So I heard today that Ugali vegetable is being sold here at 50. How? And these students' salary. Some things don't make sense. They don't. And again, the poverty of this institution is not in the resources, it is the leadership. Because under the Muso Fund, every student contributes 500 every year, mandatory. We are about 20,000 or more students in Moi University. That's about roughly, just rough that up. We are about actually 50-something thousand, sorry. That's roughly 20 plus million for Muso every year. And then there's another scenario of students with hunger with 20 million for students. The poverty of this nation is in the leadership, and the poverty of this institution is in the leadership. 20 million. If I'm lying, you can give the exact figures. The 500 contribution from every student of about 50,000 students is about 20 million plus. And then we have cases of hunger here, and nothing is done, and everyone is 20 million. I'm just wondering where that goes. For cafeteria, I think we have money. I am very sure the student leadership, mother welfare. If you talk with them and tell them, you know, some of this money, let's use it to support the subsidized prices of our cafeterias, they will accept. For we are for the complaints. So you can't say we don't have resources. We have the resources. It's the leadership we lack. It's when someone has a physician that has to the occasion and contribute. The administration has nothing to do with that, and the government has nothing to do with that. That is a comrade for a comrade. We should support our brothers and sisters. The service to main campus. Kindly give us a charter. We are lawyers, we are advocates. We will help you advocate this thing to go beyond the money. Thank you.
Today, if universities are being ranked in Kenya, Moi University is not going to be ranked on the number of structures we have. Moi University is not going to be ranked on the grounds of the beautiful and handsome lads and lasses we have around. But Moi University will be ranked number one on an academic ground. And that is the primary reason why you and I is here. However, for us to prosper academically, for us to have academic excellence, then we must be having proper academic background. A student who is mentally disturbed cannot perform academically. A student who is depressed cannot perform academically. A student who is hungry, like I am hungry right now, I can't perform anything academically. Now being to go, and all the powers that the Constitution has given, the mandate that has been given to you, to look at the work of these comrades, to look at the work of these comrades when they are still here. We are advocating, we are requesting. Let's divert our attentions to these students. We are tired of listening to cases of hunger, of death, depression, when we are in a position of preventing all this. Right? We are in a position of preventing all this. We know that the office of the dean, together with the office of the social affairs, those
those are the two offices that are having direct link to the students. So Bwana Dean, I think ni Holy Spirit inaitwanga Roho Mtakatifu kwa Kiswahili ndio ilifanya ukue patron wetu, so that at least this thing should not be passing through a second party but through you directly. Bwana Dean, in your meetings, kindly, in your meetings, address the needs of these students. I know perhaps we have been living in this fallacy that tutasema lakini hakuna kitu kitafanyika. This is the time we must change the narrative by acting on the things that we are saying today. This club actually is going to have members at baptism. We are going to be very many, and through that we are going to find that each and every student is passing through, especially those who we cannot reach. Otherwise, Bwana Dean, I know you are one person I have worked with in very many occasions. I know what you are in a position of doing and what you are not in a position of doing. I know you cannot disappoint, but you can prove us right. So, as we give you the mandate of being the patron of this team, please let the administration recognize the welfare and the well-being of these students. Nowadays, we are out of the era where students could go to the streets and start making noises from one street to the another. We have resorted to having what we call table talking. We sit down and reason together. Please involve the students when some decisions are being made in the schools, especially decisions that are directly attached to our academic lives, our welfare, and our well-being here. I must thank the social affairs authority in absentia when the fee was reduced from 100% to 50%, so that at least you can book the hostels. What I did, we want the hostels, the payment of hostels to be independent with the payment of school fee. Tungeomba at least mwanafunzi analipa fee, analipa accommodation tofauti, because the rule that states that you have to complete the fees when you get a room is killing us. Some of us are sleeping on the floor people when we are just hosted temporarily. That is not safe for our lives as students. The other time when I to sit with the DBC Senate chambers, there's one thing I told him. I told him, sir, we are patrons of Moi University and we want to use the products of Moi University, from the messes around to our lecture halls. Kindly go to the mess, tell them that they should increase the food sizes. Actually, a mandazi for 10 shillings is like, ni kidogo hata umemaliza kukula na unadhani ndio unaanza.
And the dean, who is also the patron of the club, had to be given a chance to speak, and let's hear what he has to say about the club and what he thinks about it.
Appreciate all of you present today. We feel quite honored to have you attend this launch, and want to categorically state that we really appreciate your presence amongst us. Thank you very much for taking some time to come and be with us during today's launch. Tupigie makofi. I've had an opportunity to listen to you, and I've had an opportunity to get quite a lot of what you've been saying. We want to state that university creates an opportunity for people with better minds to develop them further and to engage, so that in your engagement, as you further your studies or go through the years and mature in different fields of your study, you also have an opportunity to engage your mind in what is happening around you. And so when we have a club that looks at what we go through on a day-to-day basis, besides our academic work, we then want to appreciate that we have a room to ventilate other things that are not necessarily academic. We want to appreciate that we have an opportunity through this club to present some of the things that we go through that we may not necessarily know as an office. And so when your comrades come together, as comrades come together and you are able to bring out some of the things that you go through, and equally be able to give ideas that help us to solve some of the things you go through, then we are doing better as human beings. One of the things that my generation has taught you is to cry and complain to the extent that you become crybabies. And so it is possible to cry and cry and cry and offer nothing. The best way a university student can think is to equally be able to offer. And for those of us who stood here and offered a solution that can help us solve some of the things you're raising, I say kudos to you. Let me give you a very simple thing. We've all been served with some biscuits, isn't it? Is there somebody who has not tasted a biscuit? I have not. I know my friend has not also. But those of you who tasted the biscuits, where did you put the wrappers? Hiyo wrapper yenye mifunga biscuit uliweka wapi? Not all of you. Not all of you. What does that speak about you? For those of us who realize that you cannot drop that thing down there, you are conscious about your environment. You are conscious about the person who will be cleaning this place. You are conscious about your neighbor who is sitting next to you. And that is what we should be doing. It begins with us. I want to call upon all of us to become each other's keeper. Be your brother's keeper, be your sister's keeper. And call upon the leadership of this particular club to have an opportunity to listen and hear, so that they can also know what the students are going through. We are not saying that as a club we will solve all the problems on earth, but at least we should have a measure to prove there is something we are doing. One of the things that the university expects of us is to nurture us, and not only nurture us, and when you are nurtured, you walk away from this institution. But while you are still here, and this one I want to encourage all of us, try and participate in any club of your choice. Any. Not necessarily this one. This one has people who have an idea of what they want to do. But you have so many clubs in this institution. Try and be a member of at least one, if you can be, if they can't be two. So that you start learning some of the things you are lecturing us here. Managerial skills, leadership. Practice it at a club level first, so that you know how tough it can be to lead some of us here. Lead a few students and know how tough it can be before you lecture other people about leadership. Try that. Some of us cannot make it even as class reps. You won't stand the pressure.
But we are calling upon all of us to put in place a measure of positive leadership. It must not come from the highest level, it can come even at the lowest level. And that calls for us to be able to be managers of our own space. If you can't manage your own space, you should not complain about other people's space. Isn't it? Yeah. Have you gone to some of your rooms and oxygen is limited? Have you? Or that doesn't happen here? Lie to me, it doesn't happen here? You're keeping quiet because it does, huh? That is personal leadership within your own personal space. We call upon all of us to join in a noble thing that will raise the standards of this institution, that will raise the standards of our own living, that will factually be able to help us as individuals coming together, putting our forces together, putting our ideas together, and solving some of the things that we are going through. We can make it as a team. Isn't it?
Yes.
I love football. It's one of my passions. And I was watching Real Madrid the other day playing PSG. And for those of us who love football, we saw what leadership can do in a field because of teamwork. You come together, you put your forces together, you bring out great ideas, and you see the results. So that in less than 2 minutes, we can also have 2 goals. And we can reach there, all of us. In your small way, you can make a difference. In your small way, you can touch someone. We cannot solve all the problems as the Dean of Students' office, but you can do something. I go to church and I give tithe. And I listen on a daily basis. I listen to so many of you who come to our office. My tithe has paid fees for one of you. Why? Because that student comes from a slum. That student did not have a meal. That student came with all the forms to tell me, and I defer. So I asked, well, what are you going to do? I think I'll be a house help. What combination or what subjects do you do? Education but sciences. I didn't think that was right. Aende nyumbani, hata akienda nyumbani hatarudi kweli. So I didn't take my tithe to church. I took my tithe to that room. I'm very happy. I'm not saying you do what I did, but I'm saying in your small way, in your small way, you can touch one of us. In your small way, you can touch one of us. And I'm not saying that if you come to the office next, I'll do the same. No. I'm not saying I'll do it, okay? Yes. But in your own small way, show some leadership. Show some application of your brain. Show some sensitivity to other people's needs. Show us that the background from which you come has imparted some good values in you. And as you develop and grow, those values can touch other people. That is our clarion call to each one of us. I want you to walk out of this institution with your head high as a student who came and studied at Moi University. And that is possible. but let us be able to help each other in one way or another, and we shall solve our own problems. Is that okay?
Yes.
Which thugs come and walk around here and clobber other students? Which thugs? Do they come from the bush? No. Do they come from the villages? No. Isn't it us? When we talk about the riots that are going on, especially those that happen inside here, as much as they have reduced quite, who does that? Are they outsiders? No. Let us have morals that shape us into better citizens tomorrow. Let us believe in some values that inform our actions and decisions so that we can make not only Moi University, but our Kenyan society a better place to live in. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to launch this plan.
I can finally smile. Really. I'm smiling because I'm not alone in this. We are going to fight together. Unity and empowerment. I'm really happy because we're going to be united, and I'm not going to cry alone in the house. I'll have a shoulder to lean on, and that is CMS.
Finishing the day, we had to cut the cake, and that is how everything went by. Comment down below on what you think on this club, what it entails, and everything that you have heard the leaders speak. And yes, thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe and give a video a thumbs up. Bye. I love you.